John,
Eric Trump told me that the whole Trump family is going to spend the night tonight at the White House together as a family.
And here comes the President of the United States and the President-elect.
Here they come.
And now
it's a very powerful picture to see the two of them get into the beast together.
I mean, this is democracy in action here.
It really is, Charlie.
The final hour of a time in which there's a peaceful transition of power from a Democrat to a Republican.
This is
from a man who had served for 8 years to a man who's never held political office.
The two of them will drive up Pennsylvania Avenue to the United States Capitol, to the East Front. But this is also an opportunity for them to have a discussion inside the presidential limo, which is known as the Beast. And just so you know, it's made of military-grade armor. The doors are so heavy that even if the president wanted to open them himself, it is said that they can't. It's so heavy, the door, to open that door. It is
But regardless of how you feel about this campaign and these two candidates, because it was so acrimonious, it really does give you goosebumps on both sides to see the two of them get in the car together, very cordial after spending the time they've spent this morning to go to make the final transfer of power. I think it's a very important moment for all of us to see, and it's so civilized. It's so civilized.
Scott?
You know, it was not always this civilized.
Yes.
Ulysses S. Grant declined to give Andrew Johnson the ride to the Capitol, and so Johnson declined to attend the inauguration. But that was the last president to boycott the inauguration.
You know, another thing to think about to sort of underline what this ceremony means. Think about it. When they get to Capitol Hill, up there on the podium with them will be former President Clinton, former President Bush, former President Carter, and soon to be former President Obama. Yeah. So you will have 4 of the 5 living ex-presidents, none of whom voted for Donald Trump. But they're here to underline that this is not about who you're for or who you're against. They're there to honor this tradition of a smooth transition.
And Donald Trump enters the most exclusive club in the world, you know, presidents and former presidents. And the interesting thing is that, you know, you're looking at the politics past and the politics future, all there on that stage.
Notice how slowly the motorcade moves, and everyone is in salute. They're along what is just outside the White House, that closed street now, Pennsylvania Avenue, which 2 decades ago was open to the public and to traffic, and is now closed for security.
Saluting that commander-in-chief.
And as we've been pointing out, this is the only time that they will be alone. You know, all morning long they've been with other people. The only time they'll be alone. Margaret Brennan is there at 15th and Pennsylvania as a motorcade drives by. Margaret, what can you tell us?
Gayle, well, Donald Trump and Barack Obama just drove past us here at 15th and Pennsylvania, passing by the Treasury Department, a fleet of Suburbans, armored vehicles, policemen escorting them. We are surrounded by snipers on all of the buildings here, protecting this stream of some of the most powerful men to be and currently up to the Capitol, along with the First Ladies and the Vice President elect's wife, along with Jill Biden, all streaming past us here. This corner will likely be packed later today once we see that handoff of power and watch the crowds cheer them on to return to the White House. Right now, we are seeing some people here. Everyone's got their iPhone out. Everyone is filming that glimpse of the president's to-be and the president that currently is, along with all the emergency vehicles streaming after them. We see a lot of American flags, a lot of patriotic outfits here, and loads of security here, all watching this motorcade as it passes for that very short drive up to the Capitol. And you can see the last of the vehicles passing us just now.